that the way. Everybody's got their dues to pay. Yeah, I know nobody knows where it comes or where it goes. I know it's everybody's sin. You got to lose to know how to win. Half my life's in books, written pages, lived and learned from fools and from sages. You know it's true. All the things come down to you. Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laughter, sing for the tear. Sing with me just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord take you Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laughter, sing for the tear. Sing with me just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord take you Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream till your dream comes true. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream till your
Welcome to the Stab Comedy Theater. It's time for Bodi Pozi Comedy. Please welcome to the stage your host, Dan Smith.
How we doing? Come on now. If I can get up here and be a stand-up comedian, y'all can do better than that. Make some noise. There we go. There we go. All right. Good, good. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Dan, the Can't Stand-Up Comedian. Thank you. Thank you. My pronouns are he, him, and hot rod. If I'm going to write an autobiography, I'm calling it Dan, If I Could Walk a Mile in My Shoes. One of my biggest dreams growing up was to compete in the Paralympics someday. Now, I tell you, I never got there as an athlete, but I did go as a spectator one time. And yeah, I was going to tell you guys about my favorite sports that I saw while I was there, but I figured instead of telling you, I'm going to show you, okay? So I'm going to act out 3 sports, and when you know what sport I'm doing, you just shout it out. All right, so here's the first one. I'm going backwards. That wasn't part of it. That wasn't part of it. That was it. That was my trick shot. Anyway, yeah, it's basketball. Woo. Yes, exactly. Jump shot, yeah. Sky hook. All right, here's the second one. Here we go. Wheelchair hurdles. Excellent. Wheelchair hurdles. All right. Yeah, that one hurts. All right. Suffer for your art. Suffer for your art. All right. Third and final one. Here we go. Swimming is an excellent guess, but no, actually, the answer we were looking for is drowning. Yeah, you can't swim in a wheelchair. I'm gonna tell you guys about how I ended up in a chair, how I ended up in a roller comic. It was a windsurfing accident, actually. Yeah, apparently you're not supposed to windsurf in a hurricane. But no, it wasn't that. No, a wave came up and it took my board and me straight up in the air, and I came back down and landed on a rock, broke my back and severed my spine. But the good news is, though, I still windsurf. Especially on days like the other day, windy day. I just grab my sail, go out in the street, and I'm gone. Yeah. Nah, that's not how it happened. I'm just fucking with you. That's a better story than I was born in a wheelchair, though, isn't it? No, I was born in a wheelchair. Okay, I wasn't born in a wheelchair. Jesus Christ, that would have sucked for my mom. Leaving little tiny tire tracks in her vag on the way out. Ugh. Although I was a really quick birth. I mean, once the doctor finished building the ramp, I just shot right out. I decided I'm gonna be for Halloween next year. I'm gonna dress up as a carrot. That way I won't be so upset if people call me a vegetable. Don't make me mad. I'll be a steamed vegetable. Hey, you guys ever heard the movie Mac and Me? Yeah. I auditioned to be in that movie when I was growing up. There's a scene in the movie where the kid thinks he sees the alien, so he gets too close to a hill and he rolls off the hill and he goes straight off into a lake. And my favorite part of that scene, though, is as he's rolling down the hill at top speed, he goes to put his brakes on, and those fucking things just snap right off. Just pop right off in his hand, and boom, down he goes. Yeah, after that scene, the movie's called Mac and Me File a Giant Fucking Lawsuit Against the Wheelchair Company. Yeah, I actually got the part, but I turned it down because I found out the actor had it all his own stunts. Let's see. Anybody had any Mexican pizza yet? You guys excited for that? Mexican pizza, Taco Bell? No? Alright, well, I'm gonna tell this joke anyway. I was at Taco Bell the other day. I had got my Mexican pizza, and I had my little hot sauce packets. You know those hot sauce packets, they say little sayings like, caliente or live más or something? Yeah, you know what my hot sauce packet said to me? It said, not sitting this one out. Yeah, now I got a Taco Bell shits and a cider order. Feeling attacked here. Where'd that go? It's over there. Okay, well, I'm just going to end with this then. My wife here, Anna, we're coming up on 16 years. Right, Anna? I think so. Yeah. Nah. People still ask me, is your wife in a wheelchair too? Yeah. I don't go around asking you guys, hey, so does your spouse also ask really fucking stupid questions? No, she's not in a wheelchair. She has a fetish for them. My lady likes her role play. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to bring up your first comic of the evening. Please give a warm welcome to Mikhail Chernikoff. I'm sorry. God damn it. I'm sorry, Mikhail. It's okay. I'm going to study when I get home.
It's okay. Mikhail's fine. It's okay.
All right, now I'm leaving.
Okay, thank you. It's okay. No, it's good. Give it up for Dan, the can't stand-up comedian. Let him hear it. Yeah, good job. All right. Hi. It's okay. You don't have to be scared. It's fine. It's okay. Not Russian. It's okay. That's what I tell people since the news. Oh, you guys pay attention. Very nice, very nice. My name is Mikhail Chernyavsky. I can talk like a white person if that helps you guys feel a little more comfortable. It's my impression of a hipster. How you guys doing? Video game tattoos? Am I assimilating well? Am I blending in? No. All right. My name is Mikhail Chernyavsky. That is my real name. I was born in the Soviet Union. Thank you. It's okay. I'm sorry too. It's fine. Oh man, nostalgia is at an all-time high. Even Putin wants the Soviet Union back. Hi-yo! Okay, sorry. Too soon. Terrible. Did I say Ukrainian, not Russian? Okay, let's clarify that. I was born in the Soviet Union. Thank you. Raised by the most paranoid parents in the world. To this day, my father does not trust the concept of call waiting. Every time he's on the phone, hears that little beep. He still thinks it's the KGB tapping in. Anytime he's on the phone, he'll be like, oh, I love America, world's greatest. Boop. I miss Mother Russia. I will see you next week. Click. Nobody pick up the phone. They found especially, we have to go bags. Crazy. I used to think my dad sold drugs because he used to go through so many burner phones. Turns out, every time he sees an unknown number, he just throws it away. Not today, Putin! Just for clarity, I did say Putin, not Puta. But I think our Hispanic friends are onto something. Putin is a bitch, just for clarity, if you don't speak Spanish. There we go. Thank you. I'm married to a woman. Thank you. It usually requires clarification. My wife and I are about to celebrate almost 10 years of marriage, which is apparently a lot for millennials. Apparently you're supposed to quit after 2. I didn't read the memo, so it's been working out nice. Thanks. No, it's not. We're great. I love my wife. My wife is very funny. She is the comedian in the family. She's got this sense of humor. I just come up here and complain. Let's be honest. No, I love my wife. My wife and I come from 2 different worlds. I'm Jewish. She's Catholic. So there's, our love language is yelling and throwing pots and pans at each other. It's fine. Yeah. As long as I miss, everybody wins. No one's going to jail. I'm still going to jail. They just always blame the Ukrainian. No, it's fine. I love my wife. Our very first date, my wife took us to a Christian death metal concert. Oh, yeah, what? Oh, my God, you've never been? Oh, these are great. First off, if you've never listened to Christian music, it does a really good job of tricking you into thinking it's real music. I'll be honest, I had a blast. I walked into an arena full of, white people. And I'll be honest, I wasn't sure what to expect as a Jew walking into a room full of people going, yeah, this is amazing! And I'm thinking, this is too much of one hand praising. Just uncomfortable. Seen it in black and white. I love this show, though. It's amazing. This gothic-looking man just jumps up on stage and yells, "Are you ready to rock of Jesus Christ?" Just sign of Satan. I'm like, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. And then the music starts. And if you've never been to a death metal Hey, I was like, oh my God, I'm born again tonight. If this is what church is, sign me up. This is amazing. Needless to say, after the show, I was born again. Got me a t-shirt. It says, "Got Jesus?" ? You know what? The Jew and me couldn't help but think. We did. We got him good. I mean, hashtag nailed it, right? Hey, my name's Mikhail, guys. That's my time. Thank you.
Mikhail Chernyavsky, everybody. And let me tell you, Mikhail, you know, if this comedy thing doesn't work out for you, you have got a career in Christian death metal. You're just a born frontman. I mean, that was amazing. That was amazing. All right, you guys ready for your next comedian? All right. Please help me welcome Graciela Hamilton. Fuck that. Give it up to man.
Yay! Hello! How are we doing tonight, Stab? Yay! Okay, sweet. Does anybody have kids? Yay, kids! I love to ask people if they have kids, mostly because I get the weirdest answers whenever I ask. Like the last time I asked, like, does anybody have kids? Some lady was like, oh man, I have a kid and I have a dog. And I was like, oh, all right. And then she and then she was like, too bad you can only put one of them in a cage. I was like, wait until she hears about the border crisis. Ooh, okay. Okay, oops. Okay. Anyways, I'm a barista. Yes, I look like I am. I'm a barista. I love being a barista. I do have a lot of weird coworkers when it comes to being a barista, though. Like the other day, my coworker walked in from the outside, and she came up to me, and she was like, oh my God, Graciela, I just got catcalled. And I was like, oh my God, that's horrible. And then she went on to say, yeah, and it seems like all the men who catcall me are Mexican. And I was like, that doesn't have to do with anything, but okay. And then she went on to say these exact words, and I'm not joking with you. She said, yeah, that's why I'm too scared to go to Home Depot alone. Half of me was like, you cannot be saying shit like that, you know? Like, but the other half of me was like, I mean, I kind of get it. Like, for me, it's like, white men love me. That's why I can't go to Roseville alone. It's so scary. Have you guys been on Vernon Street? What the fuck is that? Like, let's see. I'm sorry. I'm blanking right now. Okay, I'm bisexual. Yeah, allies over here, homophobes on the left. I'm kidding. Okay, no, I'm not. Okay, but I'm bisexual. I do have a different approach when it comes to dating men and dating women, though. For example, I date women, but I test men. And what I mean by that is every man I date is a test to see if I'm still bisexual or not. And boy, are they losing. Oh, man. I'll tell you why. It's because I went on a date with an older man the other day. I know, I'm a hero. I went on a date with an older man the other day. And this is just a tip for the handful of older men in the crowd. Maybe don't talk about World War II the whole time. Just an idea. I went on a date with an older man, and it turns out he was getting his degree in World War II studies, which I'm going to come out and say it. I think that degree is a waste of time and money. And I have authority to say that because I'm a theater major. I know when a degree is a waste of time and money. The only two things that I've learned in theater school so far is how to not be myself and how to get mono really easily. It's not as hard as you think. Are we Jesus people? Ah, yes. Thank you. Sorry, I know. You just did a whole, like, we're about to trash Jesus for a minute. Okay, I'm sorry. But I think that the Bible is really interesting. You can find a lot of gossip in the Bible. You really can. The Bible is basically just like a bunch of grown men gossiping to each other. That's all it is. It's just some guy named David going, I heard from Matthew, who heard from Mark, who heard from Luke, who heard from John, who was at the table with Jesus, that he could turn water into wine. And I have a river in front of my yard, so rosé all day, you know. You have like haters in the Bible, of course. You have to have haters. And like you have Judas, he was like the number one hater in the Bible. And like everybody, he would like go around and spread rumors about Jesus. And people would be like, oh my God, Judas, why are you doing this? And he would be like, oh, no reason. Not like planning anything. But I'll see you all at the Last Supper. I mean, the regular supper that we go to every Sunday. It's fine. It's fine. I don't care. I'll give you one more Jesus joke and then I'll leave. I think that another story in the Bible that's very interesting is the story of Jesus' death and resurrection. Anybody ever heard of it? If you guys don't know, Jesus, okay, so in the story of Jesus' death and resurrection, he dies, and then 3 days later, he rises from the dead, and he rose again, you know? And that reminded me a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race. Let me explain. Okay, so on RuPaul's Drag Race, they have this thing called reveals, and it's basically when a queen has an outfit on, and then she takes it off, and then like reveals that she has a better outfit on under. And what I'm saying is that Jesus did that when he rose from the dead. Like, if Jesus were on RuPaul's Drag Race, okay, I can already see it. He'd be walking down the runway all dead and shit, right? And then and he'd take the rock off, right? Reveal that he was alive. And then RuPaul would say some stupid pun like, Lordy, Lordy, this look is giving me a resurrection. All right, guys, you guys have been great. My name's Graciela. Thank you, guys.
I just think it's bullshit that Jesus still holds me accountable for all my sins when there's no fucking way I could reach those apples. Anyway, one more time for Graciela. Yeah. Woo! All right, everybody. Please give it a warm welcome to one of my favorite comedians and people in Sacramento, Jess Roberts. Woo!
How did a short girl get this fucking mic this goddamn high? Like, we're almost the same height. Like, bring it down. Gotta work the fucking rod. Never mind. All right, it's cool. You were talking about being a barista. Somebody did a joke yesterday that I was at a show at, and they talked about how they got a blowjob and a cup of coffee for $7.50. And I'm just like, is anybody else shocked that coffee is $7.50, or am I just that fucking old? Like, it's really weird. I remember, okay, so I lived in New York for a bit, and when you live in New York, you know about bodegas. Bodegas are little corner stores. They're basically like the little markets down the street and stuff. You could go in and hand them 50 cents. They would give you a cup of coffee or a tea. So, like, me spending $7.50 on coffee? No. No, I'm not gonna do that. No. Yeah. So how y'all doing? Y'all good? It's been a really fucking weird week, you know? But we're gonna get even weirder because I'm gonna tell you guys about the time I gave birth. Yeah, it's Bodi Pozi. I've done a couple of other stories about like my scars and how I look like I've been in a knife fight on my stomach, and I have a double belly button. That's a different story. Sorry, I swear I can speak. But yeah, no. Okay, so my mom can attest to all of this stuff because she's right there. Okay, so I was supposed to give birth on April Fool's Day in 2012. No! Like, none of that was, like, anywhere in... Like, I was so scared. The whole time, I'm like, nobody's going to believe that I'm in labor. They're going to be like, oh, hi, happy April Fool's, and just hang up on me, right? So it just freaked me out. And so I think she stayed in there for a couple more days because on the 3rd is when I started going into labor. And it was crazy because as a first-time mom, like as the first time you ever give birth, the crazy part is you don't want to be that fucking crazy person that comes in the first time you ever have a contraction. So I'm like counting them, and apparently my counting is way off. So I call the doctor, and I'm like, hey, something's happening in all regions. Like, is it go time? He's like, well, let's count them, and counted them on, like, you know how long it is to count in between your fucking contractions on the phone at 11 o'clock at night with a fucking doctor? I'm like halfway, like, oh shit, there was one. You know, it's the weirdest feeling too, because if you've ever seen a basketball, it literally feels like you have a basketball inside your stomach at that time when it's Anybody besides me give birth in here? Anybody? You have? I really want to hear that story, sir. But no, it's crazy. Like when you have a contraction, it's like everyone thinks, oh, you know, pain, because it's what you see on TV. No, it's literally your fucking body going into convulsions. And so it sucks. And that's why you hear women scream and cry and yell and do all sorts of stuff. But here's the fun part. My body doesn't like to work naturally at all. So the third goes by. The fourth, I have a doctor's appointment. And I go in. And I'm still in contractions doing all this stuff. But nothing's happening because you have to have this little magical thing called your cervix open. And apparently it was about as lame as the cops in Texas. But anyway, yeah, I fucking went there. Leave me alone. Anyway, so I don't give a fuck. But yeah, no, so they're like, all right, look, you're like 1-2 centimeters dilated. You need to go home. And I called my mom and I was like, I think it's happening. She's like, I'm on my way. It didn't fucking happen. So we go to Taco Bell. Now, before this, hang on, wait a minute. Before this, I was at the hospital and getting checked out or whatever. They sent me home because nothing was happening except for just contractions, which sucked, but nothing else. So I'm like, you know, I'm in pain. I haven't slept in over, 36 hours. Can I get something? So they give me a Norco and a muscle relaxer. I'm like, sweet. That shit hit me when we got to Taco Bell because I was like, what do I want to eat? And my mom's like, are you okay? And I was like, I think the medicine just hit me. It's kind of like when you get high for the first time, but like my mom was there. It was fucked up. So we ordered Taco Bell or whatever. I don't know if they had Mexican pizza. I don't fucking care. But anyway, we go home. And it feels like it's starting to like really kick up. And around this time is 4:00 in the morning on the 5th. So 3, 4, 5. That's day 3, folks. Day 3. Yeah, anybody that is ever thinking about having kids, this is a horror story, by the way. This is not a fun one. Okay? And so we go, I go in, I swear to God, this is all I did to my mom. And she's like, we're going! She hops up out of bed, fully clothed, with shoes on. Don't know how it happened because I just touched her toe. And I'm just like, what? How did you do this? She's like, don't even worry about it. We're going. So we go to the emergency room. It's like 4:30 in the morning, and I'm in tears. I haven't slept yet. I'm just tired already. And the nurse, this fucking bitch, I swear I could have killed her. We go in there, and I was like, hey, look. I'm in pain. This is day 2. Actually, it's day 3. But shit wasn't working right mentally. And so I was like, can I get something for pain? And she literally told me, nope. And I was all, what? Do you know a human's supposed to come out of my body at some point? I need pain. I need pain medicine. I need drugs. Right? And she just walked out. She didn't even give a shit. She just fucking walked out. I'm telling you, my mom was right there through all this shit. And so the lady, they do the shift change, and the lady comes in about 7:30. That's when they come in to give me these medications to open everything up so that she could fucking come out. Nope. The lady comes in, and I'm just in tears. I was like, ma'am, can I have a little bit of something for the pain? Because, I'm not trying to be a wimp here because, I am tough. I'm tough. Yes, I am. But yeah. And she was like, oh, sure, no problem. Wipes the little thing, puts the little tube in, as I'm crying. And she's like, bleep. And I was like, oh, yeah. And after that, it was Drug City. And it was fantastic. But it was Drug City. And so they do this procedure called, what the hell is it in the back, Mom? Epidural, there you go. So we finally get to a point in my stuff where they can give me the epidural. And when you do this, by the way, you have to hunch your whole back over. So you literally look like you're trying to poop, but you're not pooping. So you have to cradle these people and then hunch over, and they stab you in the back. And they numb you from the legs down. Well, finally, after all is said and done, I'm numb. the doctor, the doctor, my friend was in the delivery room. My mom was there. The father was there. And this guy goes, all right, let's see how effaced you are. And just literally his arm. I didn't know. I know there's kinks and shit for this kind of stuff, but I literally didn't know that you can shove a hand in a vagina. And then my friend's head is right there as they're doing it, and her eyes are just, well, I know you on a very personal, like, deeper level. I said, bitch, you say deeper one more time, we're going to have a problem. But yeah, it was crazy. So all in all, what had happened was nothing worked. None of the medical intervention shit worked. None of it worked. So I had to have a C-section. I also had a chest cold during this time. Do you know how hard it is to not cough while they're trying to cut you open? Yeah, this is just fucking nightmare. Oh, and the medicine that they put in my back to be numb, because when you have a C-section, they numb you from the shoulders down. Fuck no, dude, I look like a deflated flaily tube, man. I was literally numb from head to toe. It took all of them to lift me into the bed because I was supposed to be able to move. Nah, dude, I was like this, like, I don't think this is right. I don't think this is right. And they're like, no, it's totally fine. I was all, I don't think so. And I started having a panic attack because I literally had become paralyzed. And it wasn't something that I was used to. And they're like, oh, it's okay, your oxygen's at night. Bitch, I don't give a fuck where my oxygen is at, okay? I'm gonna tell you that right now. I can't feel my body. Like, none of it. Which was okay, but not okay, you know? And the crazy part is when you come back from not using your body. Because when you come out of recovery, they're supposed to give you this magic pill. Now, remind you, I had Taco Bell. I have been telling them for 3 days that I had to go, and they wouldn't let me go. Well, when they don't give you that magic pill so that your anus doesn't work, yeah, all of a sudden they found out real quick. And I'm just saying, nurses and doctors, they don't get paid enough. I'm just saying, because I was like, all I did was apologize hella high. I'm so sorry. I tried to warn you. Like, you guys are doing a really good job, you know. And then here I come, high as a fucking kite. High as a kite. And they're like, you get to ring a little bell. And I was like, y'all just fucking cut me open. How the fuck do you think I'm supposed to ring a bell? And they're like, well, we can move your hand. Look here, dude, I just want to go take a fucking nap. Do you know what I've just been through? I don't want to ring no motherfucking bell. And then we get in there, and I was like, ding! I was like, my arm works. Fuck yeah. It was great. But then, like, they do this little thing where they send, you know, the little, what do you call it? The lullaby. They send it through the whole hospital like, hey, somebody had a baby. And then people were coming in to visit me during this time, and I'd have the kid in my arms because it'd been 3 days, remember, no sleep, contractions, all the horror. And I was sitting there holding her. I'm like, here's my baby. But yeah, it doesn't get any better than that, actually, as a parent, and you're just always constantly tired. So it's fun. It's fun. Being a parent is fun. But I am going to leave you with this. Thank you guys all for coming out tonight. It's been fantastic. And you can also catch me on No Boys Allowed on June 18th.
Just rubbers. Keep it going. Yeah. You guys ready for your next comedian? All right. Very excited to oh God, I can't talk tonight, so I'm just going to say his name. David Shapiro. All right.
Hi. Okay. Oh, I just touched the microphone with my lip. That's gross. I'm a Jewish guy, and I kvetch. So that's what I want to do. I want to kvetch. Do you know what kvetch means? I don't know. You're Yiddish. I can't tell. The mask obscures your face, so I don't know how much. Yeah. Do you know what kvetch means? Complain. I thought you said on point. That's how much it's obscuring your face. I thought you were 17. It does mean complain. My last name is Shapiro, so like you do an imported comedy show, my family imported here, and we had to change the spelling of our last name, to blend in with the white people. It was a time of anti-immigration back in the early 1900s. Now we spell it the white way with an S, but we used to do it the traditional Jewish way with a $sign at the start. So that's I'm that Jewish, and I want to confess, I want to complain, and so many things to complain about. So first of all, it's the Bodi Pozi show, right? And I was excited to do it because I don't get to do stand-up as myself very often. I usually do it as a blonde lady. I know that's weird, but it's true. And then I was confused about the show, and I think for a minute we weren't sure if I was on the show. So I was like, oh, but I really wanted to do it as me. So I'm glad I get to do it in pants because that doesn't happen a lot. But I'm in so much pain right now from this sunburn. Check it out. I got this sunburn. Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't hurt as much as I led you to believe. I have a high pain tolerance. But I'm the dumb girl that fell asleep at the pool, and that's not inaccurate. That's my life. Yeah. So yeah, being both of me, I'm average American woman height. I don't know if you guys. Yeah, it's 5'5.5". That's what that is. Did you guys know that? I looked it up and I can't unlearn it. I wish I could, because there's nothing good about it if you're a boy, unless you want to shop at the little kid section at Target and buy T-shirts. Right now, I'm not wearing a little kid T-shirt. I'm wearing a shirt from my wedding, but I'm divorced. So no matter what the words say, the feeling of it says I got married and all I got was this T-shirt. It's not actually what it says at all. It's a cute shirt. I look like David Schwimmer, but which isn't accurate. So I would kvetch about that too. I'm gonna let that go past. I've had a whole bunch of car problems since November. And it was in the shop for a month, and they said it was totaled, and then it wasn't totaled, and then it was totaled, and then it wasn't. And then I didn't want to get it fixed because I didn't have the money, and I was like, and then the window got broken. I was like, well, I don't want to pay for a new window if it's totaled. And then it needed gas, and I was like, I don't want to spend $90 on gas if it's totaled. And then I popped a tire, and I couldn't drive anymore. I was like, I get it, universe, whatever. You want me to fix the car? And so I got it fixed, and then I picked it up today, and they were like, okay, your car's fixed, but you need gas immediately, a new battery, and you need, what was the third? There was a third thing. I don't even remember what the fuck it was. Gas, a battery, no, the window was already fixed. It's a tire. Thank you. You're paying attention. I appreciate it. Yes, I need you in my life. The tire, gas, window, tire. And I was like, okay, that's a lot. But now the car's fixed. And I felt like in that moment, the car is a metaphor for me. Like the divorce man. I look fine on the outside. The damage has been repaired. But I need all these things to just limp along the road, right? So I got a little bit of gas, and I went to the tire shop. And when we got there, the guy looked at my tire, and he said, oh, no, bro. You got sidewall damage. And I said, I don't know what the fuck that means, but I think it means I have sidewall damage of my heart. And he said, no, bro, don't say you have sidewall damage of the heart. And I was like, based on your reaction, I have sidewall damage of the heart. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. We communicated, me and the tire guy, in a way that I never expected to. I have sidewall damage of the heart. I'm just limping along. But that's the lesson, right? Like just one step at a time. That's all you can do is just one step. Just figure out what do you need most, gas, tire, or battery. Right? Gas, tire, or battery. Which one are you fixing? The window fucked me up because I got it fixed already. I spent $300. They broke in to steal my drag, and then they didn't take anything. What's that say about my drag? In the bottom, I think they were after a Jasmine costume because it looked expensive through the window, through the tint of the window. This silk and gold fabric looked expensive. I wish they had taken that bag because in the bottom of that bag was an Elsa wig. And I just want them to have taken the Jasmine costume and the Elsa wig and been like, this bitch, what is she doing? They would have been so confused. I love it. They had poor taste? Yeah, I think so. Thank you. What's your name? I like you, Carrie. That's your mom? Well, not anymore. You're my mom now. I'm momless. So nobody likes me as David. Yeah, they like me as Suzette more. It's like I don't even. I'm cute. I'm funny, right? I never get booked as David. Why? Maybe because I stand like that and I should be Suzette. I don't know. Habits die hard. Okay. None of that was material. That was just all shit that I thought of on the way. Oh, Jesus. We've talked a lot about Jesus on this show, right? I'm Jewish. I'm not going to do any more of that. Who's a barista? We had yeah? Okay. I can't order coffee on a date. I mean, if I could get a date, it's hard to be a drag princess and get a date because girls don't want to date a guy that's prettier than them. So, it's true. But thank you very much. Suzette's me, Carrie. Oh, okay. Did I say that? Okay. I forget sometimes one step at a time. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I just got the tire, and they fixed it. They fixed the tire. Even though the sidewall was damaged, he was able to put in some stuff. It was black and gooey. I don't know how that. It wasn't, but I'm gonna call it that. It was called beating. Yeah, so I like slime better. He put in some slime, and the rim was bent. And I'm like, "You sure I should drive on this?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, no limitations. He was like, no. I was like, so I can go to Phoenix if I want to. He's like, yeah. I was like, I can drive 100 miles per hour if I want to. I'm not going to go to Phoenix because that's where my mom lives, and she's not my mom anymore. So I don't need to. Where do you live? See, I can go to Folsom on this tire, but I'm not going to Phoenix. And I'm not going to drive 100 miles per hour probably. But I wanted to make sure I could. Those are the upper limitations of my, right? And I was like, okay, so I could drive to Phoenix 100 miles per hour. I'm good on this slime in the tire. And he was like, yeah, just stop every 20 miles and check it. On the way to Phoenix, you want me to stop every 20 miles and check it? And then I was like, fuck, we're back to the metaphor of me, aren't we? I need to self-check a lot here, don't I? Every 20 miles of life, I need to figure it out, check the burn. It's what it is it looks really terrible, right? This is what I feel inside. The outside doesn't feel like that. The inside feels like that. Just to the bathroom. Okay, I was like, sit down, have fun, join us. He waved. It's cool. Barista. That's where we were. Thank you. So if I went on a date to a coffee shop, right, like a normal thing you do with a date, and thank you. My date's like, okay, so you're the barista, right? And she's like, in this moment, I know you're a comic tonight, but like, no one else can play the barista as well as the barista, right? Okay, so she's like, I want a vanilla latte. That's super normal, right? Right. And then I'm like, okay, I want a hot chocolate. And then you'd probably be like, but you're an adult man. Why would you want a hot chocolate? And I'd be like, well, 'cause I don't want, you'd be like, what about a decaf coffee? No, because caffeine makes me jittery. And I already have all this energy. Like, I don't need more energy. I just want a hot chocolate because I just want that chocolate flavor. And you'd be like, okay. And I'd be like, but can I get it with almond milk? And my date would be like, why not soy? And you'd be like, yeah, why not soy? And I'd be like, well, because see, I don't like what soy does to my skin. It makes me break out a little bit. So, because like I'm bougie, right? That's the point of this joke. I forgot to set it up. Like I'm bougie. I can't go on dates because I'm extra. And then, so you'd be like, okay, so a hot chocolate with almond milk for the grown man. And I'd be like, yeah. And then I'd be like, oh, also with peppermint. Okay, thank you. Because somebody always laughs at that, and I don't know why. Because peppermint is superior to non-peppermint hot chocolate. We all know peppermint hot chocolate is better. So you'd be like, so a hot chocolate with almond milk and peppermint for you, the grown man. I'd be like, yes. I'd be like, one last thing. And you'd be like, what? And I'd be like, when you make it, if you can heat it up to the kid's temperature of 95 degrees instead of the adult temperature of 200 million degrees, I just want to enjoy it with my date right away. And then you'd say, what date? And I'd do that because she left, and I don't know where she went. But then you'd be really nice, and you'd be like, would you want whipped cream on it? And I'd be like, yeah. And you'd be like, I knew you did. That's all I got, guys. Thank you. I'm going to give the mic over back to Dan. Thank you so much for being here.
David Shapiro, everybody. Keep it going. Keep it going. You guys ready for your headliner for tonight? Yes. The funniest, hardest working comedians in Sacramento. Please give it up for Heather Rogue. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why we can't play sports. That's why they don't let us play sports. Look at this. You gonna let that play sports? Really gonna let me play sports? Look at that. Kick your ass. Come arm wrestle me, Jess. Come arm wrestle me. Kick your ass right now. I will kick your ass. I will do it as soon as I untangle myself. Why? You afraid? You afraid? Are you scared because I'm gonna win? You'd beat me? You would, actually. That's the point. I'm weak as fuck. I can't. I have had a jar of salsa in my fridge for 2 months, people. I need a volunteer. Somebody, please. Come to my house afterwards and open this jar of salsa. I am begging you. I'd use a hammer, but then it'd be extra spicy from all the pieces of glass. It's too hard. Oh, but I am good at sports. No, I'm not. Yes, I am transgender, though. I don't know how you guessed. What gave it away? Did you see my parking job? This guy should be a detective. But good eye. Nothing gets past you, does it? I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling old people. And I'm just playing my whole set to you at this point. They've seen it, so it's just for you guys. What brings you? What's with the Reese's hat? Is it the best candy? I mean, it's a good candy. You can't beat peanut butter and chocolate, right? It's the best. Yeah, it's such a great combination. Yeah, Graciela, you get it. Right. Oh, really? Are we going there? Reese's Pieces? No, come on. Why do you need pieces of Reese's? Just take the one cup. That one went over my head. But I gotta know, where'd you get the hat? Hershey's. You got it at the Hershey's factory? Pennsylvania. Oh, in Pennsylvania? You got it in Hershey's, Pennsylvania? Okay, I don't know much about how this works. So there's a town called Hershey, Pennsylvania, I assume, and you buy Reese's hats there. How was Pennsylvania? Do you love it there? Is that where you're from?
No, we love California.
Isn't it so much better than everywhere else? Right? You know, Mr. Ukraine. Are you really gonna complain? Come on. I love California. It's almost wildfire season, so get ready. But besides that, it's going great. I like. The one thing I have to worry about is I have a bug out bag. But besides that, I'm doing great. But yeah, also Mr. Ukraine. You know what? It's kind of. I've been feeling old lately, and I'll tell you, it's this war in Ukraine that makes me feel old. Let's make that about me really quick. Because back in my day, you censored a war, right? You didn't let war photographers back showing pictures, then you get protests. You don't want that. And what do you get nowadays? If I get 500 subscribers, I will feed this dead corpse I found in a tank to my cat, right? But before that, here's a word from Dollar Shave Club. They got good fades in Ukraine. Very good fades. It's the Nazi thing, I think. Okay. I'm just having fun. Who gives a shit? I don't know. Let's do more material, right? So yeah, I just want to let you guys know, who I'm doing all my material for, that I have a new vagina. So thank you. Thank you. I wanted you to clap. They don't. I know I have their support. It's just for this next joke, though. So, but maintain that energy when the real thing happens. I'm gonna need it. But yeah, my vagina, it's just like this show, you know, proof of vaccinations required to get in. I had one guy on Tinder, you know the place. I asked him for proof of vaccination after he asked me what kind of genitals I had. I thought fair was fair, right? Isn't it? But no, he goes, that's private medical information. I was like, it's in the word private. What do you mean? Anyways. If you really want to know what's going on down there, the easiest way is just pay for it. Like, I will give you the receipt and everything. One vagina, you know, blonde, right? Extra wet. Where's no whipped cream? Yeah, it's screwed up, right? That you have to ask for no whipped cream with the vagina. And they still charge you for it. It's so screwed up. Imagine if you... Now you're on it. Imagine if you could get a vagina at Starbucks for a second. That's the future liberals want, isn't it? Like, move over, pumpkin spice. There's a new girl on the block. It'd be so convenient. People would be wrapped around the block to get a vagina. You'd get a pussy, right? What if it cured COVID? Would you think about it? Okay, whatever. Don't tell Neil Young about that joke. What do I gotta tell you guys. It's been hard to do comedy lately. I'll just come out and say it. You know, my dog died the other day. And so, like, and I'm really poor. I can't afford the funeral. You know, trans women only make 50 cents on the dollar. I've been trying to plan this LA trip. I've been doing the math. The gas to get me there will cost 6 vaginas, people. 6 vaginas. It's like hard to do comedy. And then it's like all the news, like this Roe versus Wade stuff. And not to mention, I mean, it's like Nazi Germany out there, right? Especially with the masks they made us wear. Like I went in to get a panini the other day. And the guy was like, can I see your vaccine papers, please? Yeah, papers, please. Just like Nazi Germany. Zero exaggeration. Cause I remember my grandfather during World War II when he got asked for his papers by the panini guy. He would have to go home and make his own sandwich. He didn't even have a grill. And then they put him in a camp. It's okay, it gets better. I'll spoil the ending in case you didn't read the book, but we won the war. So yeah, we won the war, and we learned our lesson. It'll never happen again. And my grandfather, he even escaped the camp. Do you want to hear the story of how my grandfather escaped a concentration camp? So, no? Oh, okay. I wouldn't do it if you didn't want to. You know, it might get kind of dark, right? Anyways, so they were on the train on the way to the bad showers, and the Allies started bombing, so they had to stop the train. The Allies were bombing. They're in this town called Cologne, Germany. That's the actual town, Cologne, Germany. That's how it's pronounced and everything. So they had to stop in Cologne, Germany, take everyone out of the train. They just had 2 guards guarding everybody, and so that my grandfather looked at the guards and was like, well, slickety slack, now's my chance. Yeah, that's how he talked. That's why they put him in the camp, actually. So he looks at this French guy and he's like, are you thinking what I'm thinking? And the French guy's like, sacre bleu, let's do it. And so they fucking tackle the guys and they bolt. And the guards start blaring the sirens, you know what I mean? And they release the dogs. So you got the Allies bombing, you got sirens going, you got dogs chasing them, and I don't know if you've heard the old story, you know, you can't outrun like a bear, right? Same with a dog. You can't outrun a dog, but you can outrun a French guy. So that guy got eaten. It's funny because he's French, though. My grandfather's Belgian. It's not as funny, but it's not the hard CH sound, I think, is what it is. But but my grandfather never talked about it. The survivor's guilt ate him alive. He couldn't speak about it. I never knew this story until just the other day, actually, when I came to visit and I brought my new puppy over, German Shepherd, and yeah, he shot it. Yeah, it's a sad story. It ended okay. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know what's worse, the dead dog or the Holocaust. Can we get? They're equal? It depends on which one, I guess, is closer to your heart, right? Like, because I didn't have to experience the Holocaust. My grandfather did, but I really felt when my dog died. I was right there. Okay, you guys, let's bring up the mood, shall we? Are you down for that? Seems like you might. Who here watches porn? Reese's? I don't believe her. Too old for that. What did you used to use for porn? Like sculptures? What? Just like paint a picture. A lot of dick drawings back then. Did you imagine a dick pic just like mailed to you? That'd be. I should sit down and write that joke. Okay, who here watches porn? Did we get any yeses? Okay, who here watches transgender porn? Okay, so some of you are lying. I've seen the Pornhub statistics. At least 2 of you are lying right now. I'll let you sort that out amongst yourselves who you think it is. That'll make for a fun car ride home. You think that's bad? Statistically speaking, somebody in this room is a pedophile, so... You're the detective. Who do you think it is? It's not Mr. Ukraine here. Too obvious. All right, let's bring up the mood. I'm trying. Only 365 days until Christmas. Who's excited? Who's excited? You got like Christmas? I think if Santa Claus were gay, he'd be a polar bear. Do you get it? It's a pun. So a bear is a hairy gay man. It's like slang. And then Santa Claus lives on one of the 2 polar regions of the Earth. The top one, he's a top. So it's a double entendre. There you go. Now he thinks it's funny. Okay, I'm kidding. I'm just going to let you know. I'm not going to sit here and ruin your childhood like that. I don't think Santa Claus is gay. I think he's a pedophile. Well, why did he stop giving me presents when I hit puberty? Huh? Explain it. He used to watch me when I was sleeping. Now it's like he doesn't exist. I don't trust Santa Claus. I don't even trust people who dress like Santa Claus. How are you dressed up to attract children? Yeah. Everyone's accusing trans women of being groomers. Meanwhile, you give Santa a pass? You're like, go sit on his lap, Timmy, and tell him all your deepest desires. It's okay if you pee on him for some reason. Just too much of a thinker? Okay. Just saying. Everyone's worried about trans women. You know, just because we're a kink, that doesn't make us kinky. You don't know me. I could be vanilla as hell. I'm not. But I could be. That's my point. I'm so kinky, I don't even have a safe word, you guys. Yeah, I have 3 of them. Yeah. I got a soft no, that's banana peel, because you're slipping. Yellow light, motherfucker, you know. I got my hard no, that's Donald Trump, because I am trying to kill your boner right now as quickly as possible. And then my third safe word. Oh, by the way, if they're Trump supporters, I have to say Nancy Pelosi, or the dick just gets harder. And then my third safe word is just bitch, call the cops. But not really. It's a comedy show. False alarm. I'm not a real white woman. He likes the transphobia. Got it. What's your kink? You guys look like, if you're still together, you're kinky as hell. I'm just gonna lay that out right now. And if you made it to your age, you're kinky as hell. I'm just gonna assume. By that point, what's your kink? Do you want to tell me? What is it like? Do you put raisins in your bagel? Somebody does. I don't get it, but I'm not gonna yuck your yum. You know, I'm weird as hell. You guys want to know what I get up to? When I have the right of way, I still wait for the other car. Yeah, just to fuck with their heads. That shit makes my nipples harder than calculus. I walk into restaurants 5 minutes before they close, so they'll put weird shit in my burger. Yeah, that shit makes my dick pop out of its tuck like Donald Trump pardoned it. Go free! Every time, see, I love this. This is the greatest. What else do I want to? This kinky thing is not over. That's right. What's your kink? What do you do? Do you stare at Starbucks employees? Do you ask them to make your latte hot but with cold milk over ice? And then just watch the humanity drain from their eyes as they try and figure out what the fuck you said? Yeah, Graciella's a barista. You know, I used to be a barista. Can you tell why I didn't make it, but she did? Can I get your order? God, I hated that job. Sir? They'd be like, sir? Is that mocha drizzle? Because I ordered caramel drizzle with mocha drizzle on top and then an extra caramel shot. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but could you actually call me miss or ma'am? Because you're misgendering me. And they'd be like, that's too confusing. And that's when I put pineapple ginger in her drink. Yeah, right? It's disgusting. They make the weirdest. You know what? What's funny is I used to work in research and development at Starbucks. True story. Not really. But I got high one day and I started adding the barbecue, like just the smoky flavoring to everything. So they fired me. But now you go into Starbucks, what do they have? Toasted white mocha, caramel brulee latte. They're just adding smoke flavoring to shit. It's fake. Don't go to Starbucks. I hate that place. Unless you're getting a vagina. But make sure you ask for no whipped cream. Okay, we can do more jokes. You guys, you're gonna love this one. Do you like asterisks? Asterisks, right? Because they turn reading into a scavenger hunt. Find the matching butthole to complete this sentence, you know? And it's ironic they look like a butthole too, because they kind of represent a butt when you see it, right? Like Barry Bonds is a world record hitter, but he may have had some help from some chemicals. Or I'm a real woman, but I may come with some extra features. Yeah, not everyone can drive stick. I get it, you know. You need to know how to handle a tranny. Okay, I hate that joke. You can laugh though, it's okay, but I hate it. It just feels like such low-hanging fruit, you know? It's like I shouldn't be going for those. God, that's like old man balls. It's so low. Speaking, I got hit on by a bicycle rider. He slammed right into me. He was yelling at me too. He's all like, I'm on your left, which is nonsense because I'm a transgender socialist. You're not further left than me. What are you, Fidel Castro? Come on, give me a break. I'm so far left, I'm actually pro-gun, which is a great time to say that, but it's true, I'm pro-gun. That's what the other bulge in my pants is. Thank you. It gets 0. Okay, do you like this part? I'm actually pro-gun control right? Like waiting periods. We can't wait 2 weeks for a gun. We had to wait 2 weeks for toilet paper last year. And I poop every day. I almost never have to kill a man. Almost. It got to the point last year I was wiping my ass with a Glock just because it's the only thing I could get the same day I need it. All right. Gun control. Let's think about it. God, what a sad story. It's like so hard to do comedy. Life is so sad right now. And all this COVID-19 stuff is like just, we just get out of it just to go back into all these other tragedies, you know. And I actually kind of liked COVID. Like, I like the social distancing because I'm more attractive from 6 feet away. Especially with a mask on my face, I didn't even have to shave. I looked like Mr. Ukraine. It was great. Except one guy must have known because he walked right up to me and goes, "Boy or girl?" Yeah, I didn't even know I was pregnant yet. Hadn't had the ultrasound or nothing. My boyfriend was pissed. He's like, "You can't get pregnant." I was like, "No, duh, not in this economy." I went looking for a job the other day. The guy just offered to sell me his business. So now I'm the proud owner of a Christian clothing store. In Texas, actually. Yeah, people come just for the coat hangers for some. Well, I'm not gonna turn them down. I'm not keeping mine either. I'd be a terrible mother. But I think I'd be a really good dad, right? Just because the bar is lower, you know? It's easy to be a good dad. Just teach them to play catch. You're done. Bam. Job over. Teach them to change a tire. That's on YouTube. Like, that's easy. If you're a mom, I mean, any moms here who don't have grown children? No, because they're all at home with their kids, or we'd be shaming them. You know? It's hard to be a mom. No one laughs at that part yet. But who do you guys think has it worse, men or women? Okay, we got some votes in. Are you afraid to answer next to your wife? Is that it? I don't know. Is it harder to get home safely without being sexually assaulted, or is it harder to get home without sexually assaulting somebody? What do you think? It's harder to do that? It's so hard, right? Okay, never mind. You failed. Devil's advocate that one. One cool thing, though, is people think I'm better at skateboarding now. It's like, that didn't used to be such a big deal to kickflip, but now I'm the best. One guy asked me if I was running from manhood. Like, yeah, I really fled for the hills from being paid more. 50 cents on the dollar for trans women. I'm still mad since I read that. No wonder I do comedy, because at least here it's even. What are you going to do? Only give me one drink ticket? Oh, God. Yeah. Fled for the hills from manhood. I couldn't handle being listened to. God. Oh, my God. You know, one cool thing, though, about being a woman is being hot. I like it. I like being attractive, okay? Like, sometimes I feel so hot, it's really cool. I actually get this thing where I get concerned for my safety. You know that one? Like, I got followed the other day. No big deal, just for 12 blocks. I think he was just going the same way as me, you know, for 3 right turns, doubling back through an alley. That's the way everyone goes, right? Cutting through a kitchen window. It's just the way people go. But what does he do? He ruins the ending. He's like, "Hey, you know I'm following you." Which, like, let me figure that out. You don't see me dropping my plot twist. Like, he doesn't know I sound like Butch John Mulaney yet. I'm waiting for the right moment, you know? But this just makes him hella mad. He's like, "Hey, you know I have a 14-inch penis." Which, then why are you mad about it? Like, congratulations. At least he warned me. They never warn you when they have a small dick, right? Yeah, but for some reason they always expect women to warn them when we have a small dick, and that's not very fair. It's not fair. So he's mad now. He's like, "What, you're not even curious?" Just the desperation is just reeking. So Finally, I turn around and I go, actually, I'm curious about a lot of things. Like, are you ready for a whole journey of self-discovery? So now we're dating. When do you think I should tell him I'm transgender? I'm asking your advice. Like third date, third trimester. It's not okay. I'm definitely never telling him I'm a stand-up comedian, though, right? Like, we're all in agreement there. Yeah, he might be able to handle finding out I turned him gay, but can he handle knowing I wrote a joke about it? I don't know. Okay, you guys. Let's call it a night, shall we? This has been a terrific Bodi Pozi night. I've had a terrific time. Give it up for Josh and Reese's, everyone. I just give people names sometimes. They give me names. I didn't pick them, so I give them names back, you know. Give it up for Mr. Ukraine again. You've been my favorite. I feel like I'm doing Dan's job right now. I don't care. Let's tip your bartenders. Good night, everyone. Bye. I'm Heather Rogue. Add me on Instagram. It's heather.rogue.
My work here is done, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night. We'll see you next month.
Thanks for hanging out, guys. That is Bodi Pozi Comedy. But we're not done. We're barely getting started. The Tonight Play will begin, well, as quickly as I can get it set up. So if you want to hang out, if you decided to extend your evening, see me when I'm not frantically running around the room, and we'll take care of things there. If you're done for the night, thanks for hanging out. Hope to see you again soon. Tonight Play will begin in hopefully 10-ish minutes.
Me and you, and as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's my destiny, 'cause you got a friend in me. Na-na-na, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
It's a god-awful small affair for the girl with the mousy hair, but her mommy is yelling no, and her daddy has told her to go, but her friend is nowhere to be seen. Now she walks through her sunken dream to the seat with the clearest view, and she's hooked to a silver screen. But the film is a saddening bore, for she's lived it 10 times or more. She could spit in the eyes of fools as they ask her to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest show. Take a look at the old man beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, wonder if he'll ever know he's in the best-selling show. Is there life on Mars? It's on America's tortured brow. Mickey Mouse has grown up a cow. The workers have struck for fame, 'cause Lenin's on sale again. See the mice in their million hordes, from Ibiza to the Norfolk Broads. Rule Britannia is out of bounds. To my mother, my dog and clowns. But the film is a saddening bore, for I wrote it 10 times or more. It's about to be read again, as I ask you to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest show. Take a look at the lawman beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, wonder if he'll ever know. He's in the best-selling show. Is there life on Mars? Sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest show. Take a look at the lawn man beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, wonder if he'll ever know. He's in the best-selling show. Is there life on Mars? Is there life on Mars?
this. Hold on, hold everybody, hold. Here it comes.
Hollywood! It's the Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. This is Ed McMahon along with Don Severinsen and the NBC Orchestra, inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, Diane Carroll, baseball's Bob Uecker, and Michelle Pfeiffer. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
How are you? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, now, you see, look, you. Come on. Look, folks, look, you can applaud all you like. The show must go on. You know, I don't understand this. Pavarotti, when he appears, they throw roses at him. Nobody ever throws roses at me. Yeah. How are you, Doctor?
Good evening.
Look, we have a string section tonight somewhere. They're invisible. Yes,
I thought we might need them during the monologue.
Oh.
No.
When was the last time? Well, you know, the last time this group took conducting from a man wearing a purple hoodie. That's what I want to know. They're not used to that either. Stand by, just in case. Bows up. It's Johnny Carson, your friendly philosopher, with a thought for the day. Today's thought is, man is put here on earth, but for a brief time. So, haven't you anything better to do? Wow, that's the thought of the day. Okay, let's go. You were right. Are a lot of you here from out of town? Yeah. Tourists. Applause. Boy, you really got here for the great California weather, didn't you? Well, okay, tell you what.
That's it.
I know. Where are you going to next? Mount St. Helens for the volcanic ash season? I swear I know English. May I suggest, I know the weather has not been so good. Maybe after the show, if you're here in Burbank, right now they have some lovely places for your dining pleasure. Have you been to Burbank's famed Restaurant Row? They have a new restaurant I went to. It's Mexican-Japanese. The Mexican-Japanese restaurant. Takoyaki. Brace yourself. This next shit's racist. Trouble is, it's 1982, so they didn't care. After you have a meal there, you have this urge to build a small car and hide in the trunk. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I missed that one myself.
Well, let's go to the news and see if the sperm bank is offering free semen test tubes. I have some good news and some bad news tonight.
What? Uh-oh.
That's right, Ed. The bad news is Congress turned down the Republican budget plan. The good news is Congress turned down the Republican budget plan. Yeah, that's right, folks. Shit hasn't changed. They are both the same. The president, as you probably know, is here in California. He's up at his ranch in Santa Barbara. And did you read that yesterday he could not go horseback riding? Yeah, that's right. The president, I already said that. And do you know why he couldn't go? The weather. The fog was so bad.
How bad was
it?
Yeah, how bad was it? That's right. Well, I'm telling you, he took his horse in to Mr. Goodwrench for fog lights. I know that's what qualifies as comedy in '82. I understand. How bad does the fog have to be before you can't go horseback riding? They say the weirdest sight, weird, wild stuff, was seeing the flashlight sticking out of the rear of the Secret Service's horse suit. Perfect. There was on the front page of the Los Angeles Times this morning, a picture of President Reagan with a new hairstyle. Did you see?
Oh, yeah.
He has kind of got, I guess, a more laid-back hairstyle, trying to change the image, I guess. Instead of the usual pompadour, which he has, he's got, of course, the president, a little conservative. He thinks Lawrence Welk's hairdo is punk. Have you been following? I've been talking the last couple nights about the baby born here in California from the Nobel Prize sperm bank. Are you familiar with how that works? Familiar? Yeah. They had donors, and I guess these were all Nobel Prize people who donated sperm, and then by artificial insemination, the lady here 2 days ago had a baby girl, the first one born in California, and apparently very intelligent child. It was the first baby who assisted in her own delivery. Have you heard of when you hear of something I've heard of, would you let me know? I think what he's saying is, have you found any of this funny? There's the Burbank Spur Bank. Now, they can't really afford the Nobel Prize winners, but they do have winners from Family Feud. So it's not quite the same. What else could I talk about? Well, there's a race out here in California for the Senator of California, and it's heating up. And Barry Goldwater Jr. just dropped the junior from his name, so he couldn't be accused of using his father's name. Barry's campaign is not going too well. Have you heard of his latest campaign?
Neither one.
Yeah, neither one, huh? Yeah, Barry Jr.'s latest campaign slogan is, "At least my dad's smart." I mean, that's too bad, but it's getting rather vicious. Maureen Reagan is in the running and not doing too well. She was debating her opponent, Pete Wilson, and Maureen Reagan says, "I have a broader base than you do." Yes, that's how vicious it is. And Pete Wilson said, get ready for sexism, "Just stay out of jeans, no one will notice." Now that's... I personally don't trust some of these so-called law and order candidates. Now, Mike Herb says he will make a good governor because he's the author of the tough "wear an afro, go to prison" law.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Oh no!
Showing our cards here, Ed. Which I don't think will go. We have a rather heated, as I'm getting close to anything. Am I getting anything close to, that you guys might find semi-amusing? We have a very heated campaign right here in Burbank for mayor. Our candidates for mayor are our own Dr. Leopold Fechner and George Geekmagian. That's a joke on Duke Magian, if you guys are too young for that. They had a debate today, and I think Fechner lost points in the debate when he called for registration of all hand puppets. And he was sedated and sent back to the home. I thought that he could get something. Let's see. Let's go over to Italy and see how Sophia Loren is. She's still in jail. Have you been following the case?
Yeah.
Of course you have.
Yeah.
It's not. Anyway. She is apparently, her health is not good, and she is extremely depressed. And yes, well, not all of her is depressed. I don't even get that one. She was wearing a wet t-shirt that said "Free the Naples too." Sure, applause. That's the kind of low crowd you are, right? Yeah, you like the boob stuff. Waiting for those kind of jokes. Anyway, we have a good show tonight. We have Miss Diane Carroll here. Yeah. We have a gentleman we fondly refer to as Mr. Baseball, Bob Euchre. Yeah. And a lovely, lovely young actress, Michelle Pfeiffer, is with us tonight. Beautiful young lady. And so thank you for being with us, and we'll be right back, sure.
Shooting snapshots sure is fun, except for the out-of-focus shots, and the bad flash shots, and the missed shots because you forgot to advance the film. Well, now Canon comes to the rescue with the Sure Shot. The Sure Shot. With automatic focus, auto flash, even auto film advance. Canon quality at popular prices. The Sure Shot. So advanced, of course it's Canon.
All this noise. Where's my Tylenol?
Take 3. 3 tablets? No. Anacin 3. It's 100% aspirin-free.
I didn't know Anacin 3 was aspirin-free. I've got a choice.
Right.
Like Tylenol, Anacin 3 is 100% aspirin-free and contains the most effective aspirin-free pain reliever you can buy.
How do you feel now?
My headache is gone, thanks to Anacin 3.
Maximum strength Anacin 3, 100% aspirin-free, tablets or capsules.
Yeah. Thank you, Doctor. Yes, Doc. Applause. Doc Severinsen and the great NBC Orchestra. Recently, this network broadcast an editorial in which our station, WXYZZ, formerly ABC, came out in support of young people being allowed in video arcades to play electronic games. As you know, it is the policy of this station to invite qualified spokesmen to speak in rebuttal. Here tonight, with an opposing view against young people playing video games, is Mr. Floyd R. Turbo. Mr. Turbo.
My name is Floyd R. Turbo, American. This horse Sherbert station says kids should be allowed to play video games in arcades. This raises the question, kiss my Atari. Today's kids spend hundreds of dollars in these arcades. They go through quarters like shits through a goose. Excuse me. Where's the sentence? Through a goose. My daughter likes to play those dumb games. I'm glad you was laughing right there. She's always asking me for my spare change. I told her, I said, if you want quarters, get a job as a men's room attendant. Quarters should be used for what they was intended for, putting them over dead moose's eyes. Nothing you can do with your hand should cost you a quarter. That's what my grandpa always said. They got this Space Invaders game where you zap aliens from outer space. You want to zap an alien? Go to a local restaurant and sucker punch the busboy.
Oh, no.
That's right, I said it. Make America great. And Pac-Man is a sissy game. Pac-Man's a sissy game, that's right. Why don't they have a real man's game like Six-Pack Man? If I want to see a round yellow guy gobble things up, I'll park my camper truck outside Weight Watchers meeting in Chinatown.
Oh, my.
This is 1982, people. Stick with me.
I was 8 months.
That was okay. We're right past the censors.
I was 8
Nobody
months old.
canceled Johnny Carson. It's all right. They buried him in peace, talk like he's a decent person. Anyway, now they have Mrs. Pac-Man. And I'll bet you can't play her at night because she'll get a headache. I feel bad about every goddamn word of this. They even got those video games in bars making electronic sounds. The only sounds in bars should be the natural, like off-duty firemen throwing up behind a jukebox. Most video games were made in Japan. Our kids play American games made in our country great, like tossing a flaming bag of dog dew on your neighbor's front porch. God damn it. I'll let you soak that one in. Okay, kids today aren't interested in learning things passed on from older generations. Things like my dad taught me. Fishing and hunting and how to belch on command. All right, I did it. I didn't think I could do it. Thanks, Dad. Those bleeding hearts say that working hurts kids psychologically. This is not true. My brother was held down a hard job since he was 6 years old, and he is in fine mental shape for a man who lives under a fish restaurant. Working is education for kids. They learn all kinds of things, like new names for the foreman's mother and how to flip a red-hot lug nut down at some minority guy's work shirt. That's what he said, I swear. Kids hang out. I watched it on the YouTubes. Kids hang out at a place called Radio Shack. This is sick. Only a pervert would shack up with a radio. And I do not like computers. I do not like computers. I can count all the uses I have for a computer on one finger. Electronics had gone too far.
Now that was some of Floyd R. Turbo. The Tonight Show will return following these commercial messages.
Ingredients for summer play, sunshine, and value price playwear. Now through May 29th, Sears serves up Mrs. Short sets in dozens of styles, just $6.99. Pick men's t-shirts, 3 for $9.99. Special purchase shorts, 3 for $9.99. Juniors, don't pass up tank tops and shorts, just 2 for $7. Kids tops, shorts, or special purchase sets, only $2.97. Bigger girls, special purchase sundresses, just $4.44. For everyone, casual athletic shoes, just $9.88. For playwear values you can count on Sears.
I remember going down to the old-fashioned deli. Everywhere I looked, there was something delicious.
I'd like some turkey, please.
Now Pepperidge Farm remembers with something new. Delis, just heat and eat. Light, flaky Pepperidge Farm pastry outside. Good things like turkey, ham, and melted cheese inside. Just right when you're eating light. Try new Pepperidge Farm delis. 6 kinds. Everywhere you look, there's something delicious.
Okay, here he is. Let me see, weird wild stuff. Okay, here he is. Your laughing host is back. As long as we've, I'm still talking like that Floyd guy. God damn it. Weird wild stuff, Ed. Yeah. Okay, here he is. Your laughing host is back. And as long as we work together, how many times have you seen me get the giggles and refuse to?
I think that's the only second time. Once you were in, we were in a sketch together, and you said this isn't going well, and you just walked off the stage.
Oh yes.
And I said no. You says I'm going to get the hell out of the stage.
And I got up and left.
Yeah, you just walked. You just walked.
Did a tea time movie one night, and it just wasn't working. I just took to the counter and stayed down.
But this was it was you. You were going when you got the one finger, when you said I count on my one hand and nothing. You just went.
Well, it shows we're alive. If nothing else, I got the giggles. My first guest tonight is a beautiful, talented lady, and she guest stars on an NBC world premiere drama called Sister Sister, which airs on Monday night, June 7th, from 9 to 11. Would you welcome Diane Carroll? So you look like something out of Arabian Nights.
Oh, how nice.
And I can't remember how that applies, but it seems like it's probably racist. That's very pretty. What
is this?
Yes. What do you call that? I mean, it's not a tunic. It's not a harem pants.
Harem pants. In my case, I'm so tired. Actually, these are my pajamas.
Oh, come on now.
So I thought I'd go home and just fall in bed.
Very sexy pajamas.
They are.
Get ready for sexual harassment. This whole thing is Johnny Carson.
There's more.
They are. No, they're pretty.
I'm
they're
not
pretty.
going along.
Yeah. Are you gonna start to giggle tonight like I did? I don't know if you saw the sketch I just finished. You were probably in your, I got the giggles.
I saw you.
Yeah. Have you ever been in the middle of a number singing very tender love ballad and something goes through your mind where you're unable to control it?
Yes.
And start to giggle during
It ruins the entire performance.
It ruins the entire, yes.
I've had it happen during a Broadway show, which is not funny because then it's rather, it just goes through the company.
Yes, and then the audience is left out.
Everyone starts and the audience doesn't know what's happening. It's not fair. But that was kind of adorable because I love the character of yours anyway. I think he's really...
Yes, Floyd's a really wonderful man, isn't he?
He's a really wonderful man.
A real American guy.
He's my... And I love...
And I got the giggles and I could not come back. That didn't happen really. But I said I'm not going to get through this. And the more I thought about playing it straight, the worse. And it's like laughing in church, I guess. You're not supposed to do it.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know
atheist
about
or
that. Listen, thank you very much for the announcement about the film that I'm part of, which I'm very excited. This film is finally going to air.
Was it made some time ago, or are you having trouble getting it on, or what?
Some time ago. I've talked about this. I think this is my
Is this the same one you're talking about?
I'm sorry, I lost my place. Okay.
Yeah.
89th time I've been on this show discussing this film.
Well, what happened?
I don't know. I think they wanted to see if it's like a Dorian Gray kind of thing. They put it away to see how I would age compared to what they would have in the vault. And they said she's looking pretty much the same, so they decided to put it on the air. 3 years ago, we made this film.
I didn't know. I remember you talking about this.
I really thought it was 2 years until I was doing, you do all those radio and newspaper interviews about.
Well, what basically is the story about?
It's about a middle-class family. It's very kind of.
Did you age in the picture?
No, I don't. But it's very kind of, Johnny, you know, it's almost like a Peyton Place intrigue because it's about people that are involved in all kinds of things. And I'm involved with a minister of the community who's married, and we're madly...
The Church of Holy Delights.
But the reason I love it is because I've never seen anything like this. I've never
heard of anything like this. It could happen. I mean, people are people.
I know that you've lived a very sheltered life, and I didn't want to shock you.
Extremely.
But I wanted to tell you that about it. It's a group of. It's about a family. It's a middle-class family, and they're having all kinds of problems that all middle-class families have. This unusual situation, of course, about the minister that I mentioned, but
That's a little unusual for you, an average family.
well, all right. But the thing is that I really like. The thing about it, I really like. There's no message. It doesn't have any racial or. It's about a family that's having all kinds of problems, and that's what I really like.
We have a little film clip. I don't know what particular scene it is. Mr. D. Cordova, our producer, I'm sure he does.
This is where the old man dies.
It's where the old
It's where
the old man. Yeah,
it's where the old man dies.
Yeah, yeah, okay. It's where the old man dies. Okay, it's a confrontation scene.
Between one of the two sisters, right? The let's see it.
Why don't we look at it before we die?
I told you it was 3 years ago. I don't remember.
Yeah, okay, that's good. You are incredible.
I had forgotten. I really forgotten. I had forgotten that I really do feel that it is a fine piece of work.
Did we just watch it? And
I think we did.
Okay, we watched it. Okay. We're all caught up. We just watched the clip, people.
Oh.
We can play it? Okay. All right.
Let's see it.
Great.
I like this.
Yeah. It's very warm.
Did you buy it for this?
No, this was Steven, bro. They're living.
It's very Desiree Industries. Yeah, yes, very Desiree Industries look.
Very Real Big Fish.
Yes, yes. Very I'm the backup trumpet player in a ska band. That's... We're not doing it.
Okay.
I had forgotten what a good actress you are.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I mean...
Thank you very much.
Because I've not seen you, you haven't made a picture for a while.
Well, it's a long time. Thank God I was nominated when I did the Best Actress for the last thing I did. Johnny, there aren't any jobs. There just aren't any jobs. But there is something very special about seeking it again because now I can stop joking. I can tell you it's one of the...
It's because it's come back to me, and I've just come off the road, and you do know that I literally climbed off an airplane today, put on my pajamas, and came to see you.
And it's one of the finest companies I've ever worked with. I want to remind, that young lady is Rosalind Cash, who is a brilliant talent. And in this film is Paul Winfield, who is an incredible talent. Robert Hooks is in this film. Irene Cara's in this film. It was directed by Maya Angelou.
What?
And it was directed by the man who directed me and Claudine. So I'm especially proud of it. I had forgotten, and I hope everyone will watch it.
Looks like a good piece of work.
It's wonderful, wonderful film. I'm very proud of it.
Good. We'll take a break. We will be right back. Stay where you are.
Which panty liner do women prefer?
I switched to New Freedom any day when my sister said she liked them better. They're super soft.
Rosemary's Choice? New Freedom any day.
I switched. New Freedom Any Day panty liners are very comfortable.
Maxine's Choice? New Freedom any day. Preferred nearly 2 to 1 by women who've tried them. They're soft, they're comfortable, and they're women's choice. Shouldn't they be yours? New Freedom any day. The panty liner women like best.
Cats are waiting to tear into great taste. So tear into a pouch of tender vittles. And watch them tear in. Cats can tear into great taste at every meal with Tender Vittles brand cat food. Because the moist, tender taste sealed fresh inside every pouch is just what cats love. So don't keep your cat waiting for great taste. Just tear into Tender Vittles and watch him tear in. Tear into great taste with Tender Vittles.
Fresh.
All right, thank you. We are back. Good night. We're talking to Diane Carroll, Bob Euchre, and Michelle Pfeiffer here. I hear you met in this, I guess, obviously when you were either working on vacation, Prince Charles and...
Lady Diana.
Lady Diana.
Yes, I did.
What was the occasion?
Well, we went to London for the opening of I think it's called the Barbican Center, and it was very... Is that right?
I think so.
The
It's a place
Barbican
they barbecue
Center.
there. That's
They barbecue there?
Sure.
I went to the barbecue center. And
That's right.
It was a very wonderful experience for me. I had never met Prince Charles, and lovely. Oh, she's a very pretty girl. She's quite tall.
She seems to be in all her photographs.
I didn't know she was that tall. But they practice courtesy.
You have to do that.
Yes, and the absolute decorum that must be upheld. And you know, we don't really do too much of that in this country.
Well, here on this show, we do occasionally bowing and scraping. Just
Particularly this guy in the red plaid jacket. He does a lot of that. But it is something that you have to prepare yourself for, because we don't really take it seriously.
Well, you don't call him Chuck, do you? I mean, Charles, that would be wrong, I suppose. Just right off say, "Hi, Chuck," and die.
No, I don't think he'd like that, and they would have asked me to leave, I think. But the thing is that I adored, he came by, and I thought it would be very nice to have a little private moment, and I said to him, "Congratulations," you know, and they're kind of, and I think his hands were, and he said, "Congratulations." I said, "Yes." And he said, "About what?" And I said, "The baby." And he said, "Oh, yes."
Oh, royalty's forgetful, you know. Oh, did I do that?
I thought maybe congratulations were not in order.
Good evening, yes. I don't know why they're British. They don't always talk that way.
But very often they do. But it was a lovely, exciting trip, and they are a beautiful couple. And I understand why they would have captured the interests of the world, because she wears some
Of course she
beautiful
does.
jewelry.
Yeah, of course she does. Let me jump right in. Go right to the castle and pick it up. I mean, it's right there.
Oh, and
it's right there.
mother-in-law just has a lot of nice things that she can borrow for evenings.
That's right. Your mother-in-law is the queen, of course.
Yeah, very nice.
Obviously, those strings are sitting over there, and not just because they have no place to go, which may be the case also. I was hoping they were here to accompany our, which is now officially an orchestra, not a band anymore. We now have an orchestra. We do have strings, and
they're very fine. They're very fine. I'm very happy to say that. I
should have paused somewhere in there. We have timpanis over there.
Oh yes, all that. I wonder what that's all about.
Bob Euchre, is it?
Bob, yes, Bob Euchre for Mr. Baseball's intro. Mr. Baseball coming. If we have the timpanis.
There is a song that came into my life not so very long ago. My daughter actually asked me if I would look into it, because she feels that the young man who wrote the song is kind of representative of the new middle of the road, and she said to me that I'm very representative of the old middle of the road. she's a sweet kid, but she has to get out. But she's graduating in June, by the way, so this is a big family thing. We're all going. But this is a song that I think you'll like. It was written by Mr. Peter Allen, and it's called I'd Rather Leave While I'm in Love.
I'd rather leave while I'm in love. Yes, that's the best way if you're going to leave. Yes.
Do I sing this?
Yes.
You want me to go all out? Oh wait, I'm Diane. I forgot.
I'd rather leave
while I'm in love. I'm so off.
Just do it anyway.
while I still breathe. The meaning of the word.
I'm a lip syncer. Who cares?
I'll keep my dreams. Just pretend that you and I were never meant to end. It's too many times I've seen the rose die on the vine. Somebody's heart gets broken. Usually it's mine. Don't want to take the chance of being hurt again. You and I won't say goodbye. So if you wake to find me gone, oh babe, carry on. You see, I need my fantasy. I still believe it's best to leave while I'm in love.
Lighters.
Too many times I've seen the rose die on the vine.
Get your lighters out.
Somebody's heart gets broken. Usually it's mine. Don't want to take the chance of being hurt again. You and I can say goodbye.
That was so good. How'd she do it?
Carry on. You see, I need my fantasy, and I still believe it's best to leave while I'm in love. I still believe it's best to leave while I'm in
Okay, I noticed there, we only heard what, we've got 4 timpanis over there. 4 big drums, and I only heard about, during the whole number, maybe 15 seconds of timpanis.
Did you have to?
Yes.
Oh, do I hear a little more now just to go in the commercial?
Yes, let's, come on. I want to hear some timpanis, okay?
Very well done, very well done.
We paid for timpanis. We want to hear timpanis. I'm not letting it go. Mr. Baseball is standing backstage trying to figure out where he is, and he'll be out here in just a moment. Bob Euchre.
This is the whole grain world. This is the world of Nutri-Grain. Starting now, it's a world for raisin lovers, too. Introducing Nutri-Grain wheat and raisin cereal. The only one with a whole heap of plump raisins, plus flaked whole grain. The bran, the germ, everything, with no sugar added. Welcome to a taste you've never known.
Nutri-Grain, a whole grain different.
In new wheat and raisins.
It's summertime! The savings are jumping and prices are low.
where'd the fiddle players go?
They leave immediately. They don't fool around.
Doc, where'd the fiddle players go?
They thought it was okay to leave.
What do you mean okay to leave? I mean, how's my line? I mean, did we, now look, did we book the fiddle players the whole show?
Do you want them back?
Are they here for the whole show?
Yes.
Okay, well, sure, right out here, we paid for the fiddle players for the whole show. I think we should have them for the whole show.
I think you're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, come on, is that right or not? Sit down on the floor. What? I'm talking to the fiddle players over there. What?
I bought them by the hour.
You bought them by the hour.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how long have we been here?
Since noon?
Since noon, good night. I did not know that. By the hour. I thought we bought them by the show.
No.
Okay. Okay, then it's okay. You guys can go. You probably got playing card sharks across the hallway.
You gotta leave while you're in love. You better.
Yeah, thank you guys. Yes, while you're in love, and our lady. Well, nobody explained that. I thought we bought them by the show. If we're paying by the hour, why, of course.
Nobody explained that.
Nobody explained that to me. Yeah, it's in baseball, you have the greats, the near greats, and the not so greats. Bob Uecker was in a class by himself when he was a player. He had, some historians have recorded this, the lowest batting and field averages in baseball history. Now he's doing much better because he's on the other side of the camera as the voice of the Milwaukee Brewers and is a commentator on Monday night games. Would you welcome Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker? Get the fuck out here. Oh, yeah. Sexually harass everybody. Yes, let's do that. Don't want to be noticed. What? Don't want to be noticed. Sorry, that was my line. Don't want to be noticed.
These are pieces of flags of all the minor league states that I've played in.
Yeah, all the same color. Had to make it a coat. How are you? Good to see you, Bob.
Good, doing great, doing good.
Baseball season is cooking along well.
Yes, we're rolling along now.
How's your book? That sounded tasty.
Yeah. You want some? All right.
Have a Tums.
How's your book? You told me the last 3 times you were here, you had a book. Where is it?
It's coming out. You ripped me about it the last time I was here.
I know, but where's the book, Bob?
Well, you said it was coming out in August. It's actually coming out in July. August is just the first burning. Where it's in the second printing now. It's been blurred a couple of times, but we're still doing a lot of picture pasting, stuff like that. But it's coming out, and you're featured very heavily in the book. Matter of fact, all your staff, the Tonight Show staff.
I would certainly hope so. That's very nice.
The last part of it, when you...
it will be coming out.
It's in July.
In July.
I'm serious now. I know you ripped me really bad about it that last time.
Yes, when you were... I don't know if we've ever talked about your childhood or not. Were you pushed into an athletic career? A lot of parents, want their children to be athletes, and sometimes they don't have an aptitude for it. And the father says, "Hey, son, I want you to play football because I played football." Was your dad like that?
Kind of, Johnny. He wanted me to be involved in athletics, and I was not athletically built, I guess, when I was a youngster. I think my senior year in high school, I was about 6'1". I weighed about 70 pounds, and I was embarrassing sometimes. I know to get myself going. You take enough ripping from teammates. I can remember walking in the locker room one day at a basketball game, and one of the guys had my supporter on a wristband.
You were very, thinner than I thought. Yeah.
I was a little, yes, I was lean around the middle, and it gets you to thinking maybe you ought to start doing something to build yourself up a little bit. And and I got to the point after going about it in the right way where I could do maybe 4 or 5 sit-ups. Got to the point where I could run maybe 8 miles a year.
Wow.
10 yards at a time.
Okay, yeah.
And not just lazy running. I mean sprinting 10 yards.
One good time and you get your breath and go at it again. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, well, the rest is a Cinderella story. I don't have to tell you that.
Yes. Did you ever wish you could play the game again? I mean, not that you could then, but did you ever? You know what I mean. That was a cheap shot. That was a cheap shot, and I didn't mean it that way because you were in the majors.
Well, I think no, you're right in one respect because I've said this before. Anybody with ability can play baseball. For somebody like myself to be able to trick people for as long as I did, I think is a much greater tribute. But I did come back and play this year. I played 4 weeks ago. I played in an exhibition game in El Paso, Texas. I caught the first inning.
How'd you do?
I didn't catch a ball. No,
So your record remains
intact.
Intact.
But no, they put some black stuff on my hair and took the gray out of my hair and everything, and I walked out on the field. It was a nostalgia type thing for me to try to get back into baseball and give fans who had never seen me play a chance to watch me work again. And just walking in the clubhouse and even our own players looking at me when I was getting dressed, it was
brought back old memories.
It was quite a nostalgia type thing, just getting back in the harness and going out there and throwing infield and then, of course, catching the first inning. It got to be kind of a nasty thing because a lot of the stuff when I started sweating around, coming off my hair and running down my face, and people started throwing stuff and hollering nasty things at me. And playing in El Paso, Texas, you were talking earlier about Mexicans in the small cars.
Yeah, I was.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
regretfully.
Oh, no.
Go for it again, though.
Mexican players are becoming very prominent now in the major leagues.
Got some great ones. Yeah, great ones.
They have a baseball academy, as a matter of fact, in Mexico City. Producing, yes, they do. This is honestly, they're producing Mexican players, learning languages to come here and play in the United States, learning English very well. And it's kind of a tough thing, too. There are a lot of American ball players looking for jobs.
Get our jam.
What the?
The same thing happened years ago. There's one Toyota, then 2, then 3.
Oh, God.
And all of a sudden you have that problem, but the Mexican players are becoming very prominent in the United States. And they're very good players, incidentally.
Yes, they are.
They really are.
What about, I hear about baseball, I hear maybe going to pay TV. Commercial TV has had major sports for years. Now I hear that cable or home box office, they're trying to get it away. The public will get up in arms, won't they?
Well, it's getting to the point now where, people who have supported local teams, everything is going to pay television now. They're taking it off for free. But it's all promotion type stuff, Johnny, and you know what promotions mean to baseball, sports, anything for that matter. The Dairy Day promotions they used to have at ballparks, I can remember 3 or 4 milking contests that I was in. And
just to get the people there, just to get them there.
Well, not only to get the people in there, but just to get the feel of things. And to be in a milking contest, if you've never been in one, you're from Nebraska, you know what I'm talking about.
I've milked a cow, you bet. Yeah, I've milked a cow.
They take players from opposing teams and they bring a couple of cows out there and you milk, and you know, you reach up there, you're sitting in a major league uniform and your family is there, and you know, when you first make your first grab, and the cow, most often they're used to milking machines, and when you start on them, and the first time I did it, just the look on that cow's face.
Love.
Trying to get rid of her for the next 3 days was unbelievable.
Okay, I'll buy that. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay where you are.
We need a taller cabin.
Maybe I need a shorter husband.
Oh, yeah?
Coffee, sailor?
Good morning.
Times like these are made for tasters' choice.
Now it's fresh brewed to capture coffee flavor at the peak of freshness. First cup freshness, regular and decaffeinated. Smells like cookies. Smells like Nestle Toll House cookies. Somebody's baking Toll House cookies.
Enjoy great Toll House taste in the summer. Toll House pan cookies made with Nestle Toll House morsels. Just spread all the batter in one pan, and in only 20 minutes, they're ready.
Hi, Rose.
Hi, Harry.
Did you bake Toll House cookies?
Yeah, I did.
Could I borrow one?
Just one, Harry?
Nestle Toll House pan cookies, the best you can bake.
We don't have too much time left, and I know you'll understand, because this young lady has not been with us before, and she is a lovely young actress who co-stars in the new musical Grease 2, which will be released June 11th. Would you please welcome Michelle Pfeiffer? Michelle. Sorry, I forgot to go for the second one. Yeah, we haven't met before.
Yes, we have.
Where did we meet?
On this show.
Have you?
It was very
never-
brief. It was very brief.
Well, that's been my main problem most of my life. No.
I should have lied.
I'm trying to remember.
It's for no special occasion. It was just this show, and
I'm sure I would certainly remember.
it was a long time ago.
Long time ago.
It was a long time ago, yes.
By golly, well, you look as good as you did then. That doesn't sound right at all. Grease 2. Grease 2.
Yes.
Good improv.
Yeah.
You didn't sing or dance, did you? I mean, before?
Not professionally. I had studied for a while, but I hadn't planned on doing it professionally for a long time.
Well, how did it come about?
Well, my agent called, and he said, well, they're doing a sequel for Grease, and I have never even auditioned for a musical, and he said, Michelle, it's real cattle call, which means that they see everyone at the same time.
Cattle call. Everyone in town shows up. Yeah.
But I think it'd be a good experience for you to just go in, audition. So I said, okay, that'll be fun. And I was terrified when I got in there, and they held it in this trailer at Paramount, and there was about 20 people sitting in a room about this size, and the only thing that was separating the people auditioning and the people waiting, this little black curtain, and you could hear everything. You could hear the person singing their heart out and acting their heart out, and
That's difficult to do.
yes, it was.
Kind of demeaning in a way also.
Yes, well, and it got to the point where you either just gonna, make it comical, or there you go, and you bend out of shape and you go home. So, and then I went back, and I read for the director that night, and he says, can you dance? And I said, well, I can move.
I always say yes, why?
Yeah, but I don't have a routine. And she said, well, why don't you come back tomorrow, real easy, just a few people, and we have the beginners here and middle people everywhere. So not only were they all in there together, but they had all of the people auditioning for Stephanie together and all the people auditioning for Paulette together.
So you had to work with all these professional dancers.
Yes. And not only that, there were only, like, that particular day 2 actresses auditioning for my part, and that girl. So, of course, you know, everyone else sat, you know, we had to dance across this huge dance floor while everyone else watched, all of your peers.
And you got the part.
Yes.
That's remarkable. Did you like what you see on the screen?
I like the movie. I really do. I just saw it Monday night. It's all finished, and I really do like it. I think it's a good movie.
And yeah, that's good.
Yes.
And you're a newlywed too, I hear.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yes, how long ago? Are you still a bride?
8 months.
Woo! Some guy.
That's my husband.
Some guy booed. That's your husband didn't just do that, did he?
Oh, no, I guess not.
There's a guy who booed like he would get you. Boo.
It sounded bad.
Like he's got a shot at it. No, you know what I mean? Come on. You people are just, you know, we'll be right back. These people are...
All right, guys. Imagine a dog right here. Pumpkin here has been in quite a few movies. And she says the great actress is one who relies on her instincts. And true to form, Pumpkin's instincts take her straight to Alpo. See, every can of Alpo beef chunks dinner is made with real beef, the beef dogs naturally love. It's not just beefy flavor like some other dog foods. So give your dog the beef he loves to eat in Alpo. Like Pumpkin says, it's a natural. And now don't miss chopped beef and trio dinners, now starring in the big 23.5-ounce size.
Every can of Alpo beef chunks dinner is made with real beef. The beef
that's me.
It's not just
that's
beefy
me,
flavor
guys.
like some other dog foods. So give your dog the beef he loves to eat in Alpo. Like Pumpkin says, it's a natural. And now don't miss chopped beef and trio dinners, now starring in the big 23.5-ounce size.
I nailed it.
Announces a price cut on our Rabbit L to $59.90, and people are asking some questions.
Would you leave a fuel injection? Fuel injection?
No steel-belted radios, right? Oh.
Volkswagen has lowered the price of many of its models, including our most popular model, the Rabbit L, to just $59.90.
I know, the seats don't recline.
And we didn't take anything off.
Is that crazy? Cars are 10 times as much now.
Yo, it's good.
I'm sorry we didn't have longer to talk. Would you come back with us again? I think that's English. Yeah. Grease 2 comes out on June 11th. Is the movie, I wish you much luck with it.
Thank you.
And I hope you do come back again. We'll have more time to talk. And your movie is on June. June. 7th. June 7th on NBC, and Mr. Euchre's book will come out in July. Not necessarily this year, but it will come out one of these years, won't it?
It's coming.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Well, and we certainly...
hang in there, you got...
We certainly look forward to that. Any place special you're going from here, Bob?
No, I'm out here in Anaheim. I'm in a place similar to what she's doing, drain oil.
Now you're talking.
All right, yes.
Tomorrow night, some of my guests will be, not some of them, all of them. Boy, I'm really getting burned out. Glenn Campbell, Danny Thomas, and the Bird Callers from Piedmont, California. Everybody loves them. That's right. Leonard Waxdeck and the Bird Calling. Let's hear those timpanis. Thank you.
Boom, 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 boom.
That's right. That's it, folks.
So charming.
Okay, thank you everybody for coming out. That was the May 27th, 1982 episode of The Tonight Show that we just read for you exactly 40 years ago tonight. And that's been our performance, the Tonight Play. Should I say everybody's name? We've got Teo Morgan playing Johnny Carson. All right. Ed Mina playing Ed McMahon. Ed McMina.
Ed McMina.
Okay. Graciela Hamilton playing Diane Carroll. Okay. All right. Me, Stephen Ferris playing Bob Euchre. Thank you. Lizzie Maria Bowen playing Michelle Pfeiffer. Okay. All right. And Henry Pullen playing Doc Severinsen, an audience member, and Fred D. Cordova, the producer of The Tonight Show.
You didn't need me for audience member. They did the thing all by
Yeah. I think you dropped the ball on Pumpkin, though. You could have just ran right over.
Oh, yeah.
Next time.
All right. Yeah, next time. Okay. That's our show. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming out, everybody. That was the Tonight Play. That isn't all that we've got tonight. That's all for the streaming audience. But folks in person, if you want to stick around for John Morris Ross IV's second week of his residency, feel free, please. Throw a couple bucks at us if you'd like. Otherwise, online audience, that's all we've got for you tonight. We'll see you tomorrow, jam-packed day, starting at noon. Too many shows, in fact. So come back for that, and we'll see you later. Have a good night. In-person show, audience, give me a second. I'll turn this over. We'll get things set real quick.